Hare Krishna devotees, welcome to our Bhagavatam Stuti series in Bhishma Stuti. Today's shloka numbers 40, chapter 9, canto 1. Lalita gati vilasa valguhasa
Lalita gati vilasa valguhasa
pranaya nirikshana kalpito rumanaha
pranaya nirikshana kalpito rumanaha
kritam anukritavatya unmadandhaha
kritam anukritavatya unmadantaha
prakritim agan kila yasya gopavadvaha
prakritimagan kila yasya gopavadvatvantaha.
Word for word meaning translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Lalita,
Lalita,
attractive.
attractive.
Gati,
Gati,
movements.
movements.
Vilasa,
Vilasa,
fascinating acts.
fascinating acts.
Valguhasa,
Valguhasa,
sweet smiling.
sweet smiling.
Pranaya,
Pranaya,
loving.
loving.
Nirikshana,
Nirikshana,
looking upon.
looking upon.
Kalpita,
Kalpita,
mentality.
mentality.
Urumanaha,
Urumanaha,
highly glorified.
highly glorified.
Kritam anukritavatyaha,
Kritam anukritavatyaha,
in the act of copying the movements.
in the act of copying the movements.
Unmada andhaha,
Unmada antaha,
gone mad in ecstasy.
gone mad in ecstasy.
Prakritim,
Prakritim,
characteristics.
characteristic.
Agan,
Again,
underwent.
underwent.
Killer,
Pila,
certainly.
certainly.
Yasya,
Yasya,
whose.
whose.
Gopa badvaha,
Gopa vatvaha,
the cowherd damsels.
the cowherd damsels.
Translation. Let my mind be fixed upon Lord Shri Krishna,
Let my mind be fixed upon Lord Sri Krishna,
whose motions and smiles of love
whose motions and smiles of love
attracted the damsels of Vrajadhama, the gopīs.
attracted the damsels of Vrindavana,
Vrajadhama,
Prajadama,
the gopīs.
the gopis.
The damsels imitated
The damsels imitated
the characteristic movements
the characteristic movements
of the Lord
of the Lord
after his disappearance from the rasa dance.
after his disappearance from the rasa dance.
Yes. So what is happening here? So up to now, Bhishma Dev was talking about Krishna's beauty on the battlefield as Partha Sarathi. He was glorifying Arjuna as a great devotee of the Lord. So from the battlefield to Vrindavan, that is the internal mood of Bhishma Dev. So what is Bhishma Dev saying? I want to remember you as Vraja Shyama Sundara. The Shyama Sundara who's attracting all of the gopis. So we'll go into the deeper meaning of the shloka, but first we will read Prabhupada's purport. Prabhupada writes, By intense ecstasy in loving service, the damsels of Rajabhumi attained qualitative oneness with the Lord by dancing with him on an equal level, embracing him in nuptial love, smiling at him in joke, and looking at him with a loving attitude. The relation of the Lord with Arjuna is undoubtedly praiseworthy for devotees like Bhishma Deva, but the relation of the gopis with the Lord is still more praiseworthy because of their still more purified loving service. Generally, we don't try to make any distinctions between the devotees of the Lord. Anybody who's chanting is a devotee of the Lord. We accept that. But great acharyas have established that the gopis are the highest in their devotion because they were ready to sacrifice all of their happiness for the happiness and pleasure of Krishna. So even among the pure devotees, there is an apparent hierarchy, with the gopis occupying the highest position, and among the gopis, Srimati Radharani occupying the highest position. So how Bhishma Dev is moving from Arjuna directly to the gopis of Vrindavan. Why is he doing that? Because he is seeking the mercy of the gopis. We need the mercy of devotees to make advancement in spiritual life. Without devotees, we cannot make advancement. It's impossible. It is difficult. Prabhupada says, by the grace of the Lord, Arjuna was fortunate enough to have the fraternal service of the Lord as chariot driver. But the Lord did not award Arjuna with equal strength. So, the Lord reciprocates according to our desire to have a particular type of relationship with Him. So, the Lord does not bestow the Vrindavan type of love and affection for Him on everybody. The gopis, however, practically became one with the Lord by attainment of equal footing of the Lord with the Lord. So what's unique about the gopis is that they defeat Krishna actually. See, in the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says, Ye yatamam, yes, as much as you surrender, then I will also reciprocate with you. But that same statement of the Lord in the Bhagavad Gita is actually defeated by the Lord Himself in the Srimad Bhagavatam, where the Lord tells the gopis, I cannot repay you. That means Krishna is saying, I don't even know how to reciprocate with you. Because your feelings of love and affection for me, which is unmotivated, uninterrupted, I do not know how I can reciprocate with you. But in the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord is saying, I'll reciprocate with you. But in Bhagavatam, after the Rasa dance, the Lord is saying, I cannot reciprocate with you. Because you are in a higher position. And therefore, Krishna tells them, you are performing bhakti. And the reward itself is also bhakti. So you be satisfied with your performance of bhakti because the process and the end result is one and the same. It's because through performing bhakti, we achieve Krishna Prema. So it's not some end goal after which everything is done and then we just relax and resign or whatever it is, retire. So there is no retirement when it comes to loving Krishna. It's not that you get Krishna Prema and then you're done. You achieved success. So there is unlimited service in the spiritual world. Hence, Prabhupada is saying the gopis, however, practically became one with the Lord by attainment of equal footing with the Lord. Bhishma's aspiration to remember the gopis is a prayer to have their mercy also at the last stage of his life. Bhishma Dev wanted the mercy of the gopis because he knew he was about to leave his body. Even though the Lord is standing right there before him and he had darshan of the Lord, still his mind is moved towards Krishna's relationship with the gopis and the gopis' imitation of Krishna when he disappears from the rasa dance. This is the most important statement that Prabhupada is making in the purport. The Lord is satisfied more when his pure devotees are glorified. And therefore Bhishma Dev has not only glorified the acts of Arjuna, his immediate object of attraction, but has also remembered the gopis who were endowed with unrivaled opportunities for rendering loving service to the Lord. The easiest way to please the Lord is to glorify his pure devotees. And that's exactly what Bhishma Dev is doing. Arjuna is a great devotee. The gopis are glorious in their service of Krishna. The gopis' equality with the Lord should never be misunderstood to be like the Sayujya liberation of the impersonalist. The equality is one of perfect ecstasy, where the differential conception is completely eradicated. So when Prabhupada is saying this, what he means is that it's not that the gopis are merging into Krishna, but they are equal in ecstasy that Krishna experiences. Therefore, the equality is one of perfect ecstasy, where the differential conception is completely eradicated, for the interests of the lover and the beloved become identical. This is a very high philosophy, very hard for us to understand, to comprehend, to wrap our arms around. We say there is one term that we use for Krishna is that he is asamardva. There's nobody equal to or greater than him. But then the gopis again destroy that particular definition of Krishna because they exhibit such pure love for the Lord. Hence, Prabhupada is essentially saying, more than the Lord, the gopis are praiseworthy. Therefore, Krishna is satisfied when pure devotees are glorified. See, Krishna is called Bhavagraha Janardana. He wants to experience your emotions for him. He wants that love and feeling and emotions from you. So I was listening to His Grace Braja Vihari Prabhu. A wonderful class he's given on this shloka and the next shloka, 41. And I'll just share what I heard earlier this morning. In a prayer, Prabhu says, one, we have to express ourselves. We have to emote. Emote meaning your emotions should be there as part of your prayers. It cannot be mechanical. One is you express yourself, two, you exhibit your emotions, and three, you become silent. Why silence? Because after you have spoken to Krishna, you have to become quiet so that you can hear what Krishna is responding to you. So silence is also an important aspect of prayer. Your readiness to listen to Krishna. So, Bhishma Dev here is not aspiring to take the position of the gopis. Similarly, in Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara, although we worship the gopis and we worship Srimati Radharani, we are not aspiring to be the gopis. Rather, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Dasa Dasanu Dasa. I want to be the servant of the servant of the servant of the Lord. So in the material world, it's the exact opposite. Nobody is aspiring to be a servant. Or even if you want to be a servant, you want to be an exalted servant to an exalted person. You know, like being the personal secretary of the Prime Minister. That is also a servant job only, but that is an exalted servant job. But generally, nobody has a goal in the material world that they want to be servant. In bhakti, it is the diametrically opposite. You want to be the servant of the servant of the servant of the servant of the servant. You want to be lower and lower and lower. So once Prabhupada was visiting Japan, and he met with some company management. And after the meeting, apparently, all of the management people leave their visiting cards on the table. And everybody had left except for one manager. And so Prabhupada thought he would preach to him. So Prabhupada asked him, what is your goal in life? To which this Japanese manager collected all the cards that were there on the table and put his card on the top saying, that's my goal, that's my aspiration. After which Prabhupada said, just see, nobody wants to be a servant. Everybody is ambitious. Ambitious to defeat others, ambitious to be on the top, ambitious to be better than anybody else. But there is a saying in English, you know, the better to be a king in hell than to be a servant in heaven. But the mood of a devotee is different because you want to worship the devotees of Krishna more than you worship Krishna himself. Now you may ask a question. Isn't that putting a great deal of distance between you and Krishna? If you're further and further and further away from Krishna, actually the understanding is that between you and Krishna, if there are, you know, layers of devotees who have gone before you, the more the layers between you and Krishna, the more the mercy that you're getting. Because that is that many devotees that you're dependent on. But that does not mean you don't have access to Krishna's mercy. You do. So, for a logical mind, it says there's so much distance between you and Krishna. Actually, you get closer to Krishna through the mercy of so many pure devotees. So those devotees are not blocking your path to Krishna. They are getting the mercy of Krishna as well as the mercy of all of the devotees. Devotees also act as a transparent via medium to Krishna. So for example, if we've heard that if you go to Vaikuntha, you have to cross 7 thresholds before you actually enter the Vaikuntha to serve the Lord. but that those doors seem to be like hindrances to you before you can actually reach your final destination. But actually, devotees are like transparent windows. Through devotee association, you can experience Krishna. Through devotee association, you can actually get darshan of Krishna. So devotees are like windows into the soul and heart of Krishna for you. Therefore, a devotee's mood is always that I am completely dependent on the mercy of the devotees, because only they can help me experience Krishna Prema. So we don't desire to be equal to Krishna or even to take the highest position of the gopis. We are not in competition here. Just look at the mood of the gopis. Are the gopis saying they want to be Radharani? No. The gopis are saying we want to just be at the dust of the lotus feet of Krishna. So the gopis themselves are aspiring for the lowest position, which is at the lotus feet of Krishna. So this is the rasa of the gopis that Bhishma is recollecting. Even in the Sikshastakam, there is a verse. Does anybody know where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says he just wants to get the dust of the lotus feet? Which verse is that?
Is it that Nayanam Galadashudare?
That Nayanam Galadashudare, the Lord is saying, my throat is choking up, I'm not able to chant.
Ranadapi Sunichena.
Ashishya Pada Pratam Pinashtamam.
Stita Dhuli.
Dhuli Sadrisham Vichinta.
Hita Dhuli Sadrisham Vichintaya. Dhuli means dust. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saying, I just want the dust from the lotus feet of devotees. Actually, this is the highest form of expressing one's love and desire for Krishna. What were the gopis' qualifications? They were expert in making dung cakes. That was their qualification. Very, very simple. Not PhD, nothing. The greatest devotional qualification of the gopis is that they had intense desire to serve Krishna. So much so when Uddhava comes to visit them and he thinks he's going to train them up nicely and properly, he should have told them, stop crying for Krishna. But he understood the devotee's mood in the Gopi Bhav. And he said, yes, continue to cry for Krishna. Because that is the highest level and depiction of love, is to cry for Krishna. Don't stop crying for Krishna. The gopis were saying, help us forget him. Because we are going mad remembering him. It is only then Uddhava understood the position of the gopis. And that's why Krishna says, I don't even know how to reciprocate with the gopis. And Krishna just walks away saying, you be happy doing bhakti, because bhakti is the process and bhakti is the result also. So you can see how Bhishma Dev's mind has moved from the battlefield to Vrindavan. He wants the mercy of the gopis. He wants to remember Krishna in his relationship with the gopis. And he wants that image to be imprinted in his mind. Yes, he has talked about Bharatasarati. He's talked about Arjuna's devotion for Krishna. So he's winding up his life now. And he's in the right mood, thinking about the gopis. Because the more you think about the gopis and worship them, the more you get their mercy.
If you like our videos, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the bell notification. If you'd like to join our classes every day, please check the details in the description section of this video. We look forward to serving you.